Have you ever wondered how to use a shape builder, but every time you do you just feel lost? Well, stick around and watch this video to find out how to use a shape builder, saving you time on your next logo design or illustration. What's up designers, welcome back to Digifrog Designs. If you're new here, I'm Matt Roberts, brand identity designer and illustrator. Knowing how to use the tools you have available to you is essential to become more efficient when working on client projects. So today I'm going to be showing you how to use a shape builder tool and walking you through some of its functionality. We're going to be continuing with the illustration we started last week, so if you haven't got that file, I'll drop a link to it in the description box below and then you can get up to speed. Before we get started, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. We post new videos every Wednesday helping you become a better designer. Let us know what tools you struggle with in the comments below. Let's jump into Illustrator and get started. So now we've got Illustrator fired up, let's take a quick look at the shape builder tool and some of the modes it's got available with it before we move on to continuing with the illustration from last week. So to find the shape builder, we come over here and it's this tool here in the tool panel, or you can press Shift M on the keyboard. If we double click on it, it'll bring up the shape builder tool options where you can specify how you want the tool to actually function. Gap detection is one that you want to pay close attention to. If you have the gap detection too large, it will allow you to join shapes where there's quite large gaps between two shapes, which will make more sense in a moment. But when you've got the larger gaps, you can actually add some unwanted shapes, and it might not actually create the desired effect. So I like to keep it on small. So I'm just going to hit an OK on that, and then I'm just going to draw out a couple of circles so I can show you how the shape builder tool itself works. So now we've got these two circles here. You can see how they overlap. I'm going to select them and then I'm going to come over and grab the shape builder tool. You can see as we hover over, it's going to be in the merge mode. There's two modes available when working with the shape builder tool. One's merge and one's erase. So the merge tool allows you to, if we click on the mouse button and drag through, it allows you to merge the shapes together. You can merge two, and once you've done that, we've got separate shapes that we can separate and use independently. So if we just undo all of that and then get back to the beginning, if you hold Option or Alt on the keyboard, you'll see how the cursor changes to the minus. This is the erase function, and it actually allows you to remove sections from inside of your paths. So now we've got two independent crescent shapes. Obviously if I was going to do a crescent shape properly, I would have moved it over a little bit more. And then what we could do is grab the shape builder again, and then using Alt, dragging through and then removing, we've actually got a crescent shape. So we can go into the merge tool a little bit deeper. So I'm just going to draw 4 circles, and this is where gap detection comes in handy. So I'm just going to change that in a moment. But you'll see how we've got these 4 circles here, and I'm just going to select them all, and I'm going to grab the shape builder. You can see how we can actually grab this shape here, and if I hit there, we've got this little shine shape that we can take from our existing 4 circles. So if I were to do this but position them slightly further apart, so let me re-put these in but actually put a bit of distance between them, and you'll notice now the paths are not actually touching. So if I do the same thing again, I select these, I come over to the shape builder tool, but now when I come over to the middle, it doesn't actually pick up that I can add this because it's a broken path, or the paths are not actually joined. So if I change this back up to large and now come in the middle, you'll see it actually lets me do the same thing. But as I mentioned before, you can sometimes get some unwanted areas. So you've got this squared off end here, which in some applications might be exactly what you need, but sometimes it's not. So if you're getting unwanted artifacts in there, just make sure that the paths are lined up and your gap detection is set to the smallest. So now we're going to move over to the illustration and then look at how we can add the stripes onto the design. So now we've got the illustration from last week opened up. There's a few different ways that we can use the shape builder tool to add the stripes to the bee's body. So I'm just going to talk you through a few of them now. So to start off with, I'm going to use the pen tool. And the first way I'm going to show you is we've got this stripe here. And what we can do is we could draw this line individually and then this top line individually. So I'm going to come here and then just draw this here, and then what I'm going to try and do is just try and match my sketch as best as possible for a good starting point, and then the same with the top line. I'm just trying to be cautious of the depth of the bee's body. So once I've got those two lines in place, I'm going to grab both of them, or both the lines and the bee's body, and then grab the shape builder. Use the erase function by holding Alt or Option, erase the ends, and then I'm just going to click in the middle to actually make the first stripe. Then I'm just going to add a black fill to this area. The next way that we can do it is, again, using the pen tool. So I'm going to start off by locking the wings so they don't get in the way. So the next way that we can do it is grab the pen tool, and then if we just plot the line that roughly follows where we want, and what I'm going to do is just up the line weight to somewhere I'm happy with, lift that up so there's a bit more space between the stripes. I'm just trying to maintain the look that I'm going for with the stripes here. So once you've got your stripes somewhere you're happy with, what you can do is select it and then come up to Object and Expand. What that'll allow you to do is expand the path into a shape. And then if we grab the bee's body and that shape that we just created, we'll grab the shape builder, and then we just delete these ends. And there we've got our next stripe. So there's another way that we can do this as well. So I'm going to use the ellipse this time, and then I'm going to draw out my first one, and then my second one. Just looking at how they're going to sit to try and best match how I want this to look. Once you're happy with where they are, if we select both of them and this top half of the bee's body, grab the shape builder, and then we can just erase everything that we don't want, merge everything that we do want together, and then what I can do is hit merge on that so it makes that into a shape as well there. So now we've done that, I'm going to grab that shape and then just give it a fill. Obviously you'll be spending a lot longer on this than I am. I'm just trying to walk you through a few different ways that you can use the shape builder tool in a functional manner to create this illustration. Say it can save you time on your logo designs, your illustrations. You can go wild with the shape builder tool, and as I was showing you before, by using subtractive design in your elements, you can create some interesting shapes through that method as well. So there's a quick look at the shape builder tool, helping you become more efficient whilst working on client projects. Thanks for watching, designers. If you like this video, smash that subscribe button, give it a like, and also don't forget to ring that notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new video. Share this video with your friends on social. It really helps me reach more people, educating them on building better brands and showing them what actually goes into designing them. And shop the merch to support the channel and show you're part of the DFD crew. I'll catch you next week, designers.